And it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today we are back in my main monthly planner, my Erin Condren Family Organizer, and we are gonna get all set up for the month of April. So far this year, I have absolutely been loving this planner. It's working for me so well, and I've just been having a lot of fun and finding this super functional. I did not film a March setup in here, but I still was using the planner. The timing just kind of got away from me. I am gonna flip through my March spreads just to start out, and I do have February and January setup videos in here as well if you want to check that out. Like I said, I've just really been loving this planner. I'm finding it super functional. I love the combination of like functional space with memory keeping, and it's just, I think that this is a really phenomenal monthly planner. This was a new product launch from Erin Condren last year, and as soon as I saw it, I was just like, I think this is going to be so perfect for me. So, and it's been working out really well. I use this planner for every area of my life, not just family stuff, and I just think it works super well because what you have is your monthly calendar, which is always one of my most essential spreads. I absolutely love a monthly color-coded calendar. And then you just get tons of dashboard space, and there's plenty of pages you can customize yourself. I did a lot more memory keeping in here than I had been doing just because of Go Wild, and I really wanted to like record some of those memories in here. I actually have my Go Wild recap video and vlog. We set up the memory pages together in here for that with all of the pictures and everything. So if you want to check that out, you can. Still have my main monthly calendar spread, and I did go with a Go Wild theme in this planner for last month. We've got our recurring schedule, some little sections here of appointments I need to schedule and work that I'm working on, a little deco box. This whole page is like the translation from my Moxie Life from my goal planner into my functional planner. So like a monthly to-do list, some things we're working on as a family, and habit trackers. This one was very messy this month, and I didn't really look at it very much, but that was just the kind of month I was having. If you watched my goals video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Was definitely in a bit of a funk for most of this month, which is what I journaled about over here. But anyway, so on these pages, we've got some school notes, very basic. I like kind of gave up setting up on this planner a little bit halfway through, and then I kind of brought it back at the end of the month. So I'm feeling fully better. We're gonna go with a fun setup for April. We've got our dates to remember. Again, I use this as a little journaling space. And then I have 2 pages of Go Wild memory keeping in here where I printed out my pictures on photo paper and put them in there. I had such a blast. So that is one of them there. That was like kind of like the stuff and me interacting with the exhibits. And then I have one with like all pictures of people. Then we have this little milestones or achievements. I just like keep one little journal entry about each kid and what they've been doing and what they're working on or cute things they did. And then I've got my book log, which I have been absolutely loving this. I have a bunch of YouTube shorts and Instagram reels and stuff about this, just having so much fun with tracking reading this way and making these little stickers. And I do have a YouTube short about how to make the stickers yourself if you are curious. So that is just super fun. And those were my March reads. Once again, read 8 books this month, much less rereads than the month before, but still a lot of reading. Then we've got some social media pages, and then my other Go Wild page, and then I just have like this little notes section here with some birthday stuff that did happen, some office stuff that is ongoing, so some of that's gonna get transferred over to April, and then some more memory pages over here. Again, getting really messy with the journaling this month, but that's just where my head was at. We'll see what happens in April. So we have like the guided page, and then the last page here I use as a line a day memory keeper. Then you do actually get one other notes page. I have not so far been using this one extra notes page. If I ever run out of space, I can use it, but this one kind of goes with like the whole April theme. That could be another good place to add in pictures. We'll see what's going on here. So here is April. The color is like this really pretty light blue. I've got lots of markers and stuff picked out. And my inspiration, besides this blue, which I'm trying to match because one month I did cover it up and it was very challenging, is this new washi from the Simply Gilded spring releases. And it's got like that same blue on the flowers, but then it's also just got like some leaves and butterflies. Really pretty. So I picked a bunch of things that kind of match with that. That's going to be my main focal washi. We're going to set up these pages. This is going to be a sped up video with a voiceover. So we're going to set up the calendar. You will see that on some of these pages, I have these sticky notes telling me what I want to do, because I want to do some more like pre-setup on some of those journaling pages, but I also am changing things up a little bit, consolidating a little bit, and I'm pulling some of my channel and social media stuff out of here. Some of it will still be in here, but I am pulling some of that out into its separate and own planner, which is going to be the Laurel Denise planner, and you will see a video on that shortly, so stay tuned for that if that's something you're interested in. But that is just kind of what's going on. We're going to play around with that this month and see how adding another planner into my already gigantic stack of planners works out. So I am just starting with my main monthly calendar and that gorgeous butterfly washi that I am just so obsessed with. Absolutely love this. This is the same spread that I've pretty much always had one of these in my planners. I used to draw it out when I was a bullet journaler. I always use this in my Erin Condren going like back before I even had a planner YouTube or used stickers or anything. The monthly calendar, it's just kind of how my brain works. The color-coded calendar, I very much need this. My starting point, I'm always thinking about my calendar and the events and unavoidables, as I like to think of them, that you have coming up before I set goals, before I do my weekly actions. I want to see what's coming up schedule-wise. Do we already have plans for the weekend? Do I have any work projects that are due? Do the kids have any days off school? So this just becomes very essential. I do also use a Google Calendar. We use that for the family, and that has pretty much everything on here with the exception of my channel stuff. But so I find it really helpful to have it all written down. I add to this throughout the month. It's not a frozen snapshot in time. So if you ever see these calendars at the end of the month, there will be more stuff as I book more appointments, as we make more plans. I won't go back in and put in like littler things. Like if we, on a Wednesday, I make a play date for the weekend or something like that, I'm probably not going to put that in. But if we book museum tickets, if I book a doctor's appointment further out, all of that kind of stuff, I do put that in. And then anything further out than a month, I use my Google Calendar to keep that scheduled. That's updated as soon as I schedule something that goes in there. And then that is the main source of information that goes in here. And then I also do have later in this, you'll see my important dates where I can also put key things coming up. But I just, for some reason, the visual of the calendar works much better for me than the list. So I like to keep this very updated. And again, it does have a couple of things that I put in, like some financial stuff, some channel stuff that isn't actually on my Google Calendar, but it's nice to see it all together. This is the page that I leave this planner open to. So this sits out on my desk or on the counter behind my desk open with the calendar view. And then as I need to flip through the pages, I flip through the pages, but this is kind of the default state. And honestly, I like just having it open because I don't always have the phone calendar open. Although I will say I check my Google Calendar pretty much every day, and I check my phone calendar every day. I'm just very much a monthly calendar person. I always have been, and I do just really love the way that this one looks in particular. I'm just very feeling this color scheme. I'm so ready for spring, and I'm not usually a butterfly person, but that butterfly washi is so gorgeous. And it's actually funny because I almost didn't buy it. I almost just skipped that one, and I just decided to go for it, and it's definitely the favorite one that I had picked up from that release. So this is also a very busy month. We're in spring break currently as I'm filming this recording this voiceover. We're on spring break, and also Passover is about to start, so there is a lot of stuff going on. Also, tax day is coming. I am very nervous about that because I am planning to do our taxes for myself this year, and it's the first time that I've done them since I was in my early 20s. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that goes well. I have the skill set to make it happen. I believe in myself. I just haven't done them in a really long time, and I'm unsure about how much time it's going to take, and I am closing out this pretty big work project right now, so I'm just trying to make everything fit together. Spring break, taxes, channel stuff, life stuff, all of the things. Basically same old, we've all got so many different things going on. There's also just a ton of stuff to be really excited about this month. Erin Condren launch is happening at the end of the month. We've got tickets to a Phillies game, the baseball team. The kids are so excited. We're really excited for that as well. We actually bid on them and won them at our school's charity silent auction last month. So really excited that we were able to snag those, and I'm really looking forward to that. Then anyways, next we're on like the main dashboard spread as I think of it. And again, just went with the butterfly washi again. Can't go wrong with that. And This has a recurring calendar. So I used to put all of these things on my monthly calendar every week, but I've kind of moved them over here. So these are like the kids' extracurriculars that they have every week. So we've got a new one this month, which is baseball for my son, but then we've got piano lessons and all that stuff that we've always had or that we've had all year. I'm also putting in our cleaners, and I'll put in the days that my baby doesn't go to school and my big kids' homework days in first grade, and the homework pattern is very, very predictable. And then I was having some problems with that pen. It had just picked up a little bit of ink from the pen. So if you ever have that happen and you feel like your pen is not coming out the right color, just grab some scrap paper and just scribble until it comes out. It comes right out and the pen goes back to normal. So that's kind of what I just did off camera. And then I just whited out and just moved some things around so that it looked a bit nicer, because the yellow was just looking really off, and I really love yellow. So I wanted to make sure I was using that color well, because it's not like a color that I get to use super often, although I guess I could use it more, but definitely yellow is one of my favorite colors, if not my favorite color. Anyway, then this top box up here, this is the place where I put all of the things that I need to schedule over the course of the month. So right now I just have 2 things up there. I have a feeling I'm forgetting some, and one of my goals for this month is to like check back in with my master calendar, since I feel like that's been a little neglected lately. And that's just like this big spreadsheet that I have that says like all of the annual maintenances and things that need to happen, stuff like that. So I want to check back in with there. I'm sure there's more that I need to schedule, so that list will get added too. So that's a list, basically a list of appointments I need to make. And then I've also got a section there for work projects, which I just has one thing right now, this never-ending work project that I've been working on. Fingers crossed we'll be wrapping next week. And then after that, I'm actually planning to take a little bit of time off, not from my regular stuff, but I'm not planning to pick up another big project. This was a lot of work, and I just want to take like a week or 2 in between before signing on for anything else or going back to my regular writing schedule. So I'll just be doing my regular Monday work. So it should hopefully be a pretty light month for April in terms of my freelance work, which is really good. And I'm very grateful for that we're able to do things like that I'm able to do things like that in my business, because we have so much house stuff going on and so much just kid stuff and life admin that needs to be caught up on. So I'm hoping to be able to tackle much more of that this month once the work project calms down. Got to get in that spring cleaning, spring refresh state of mind. This whole page is kind of a translation from my Moxie Life planner. It's got all of the task-oriented goals go into the one list as a monthly to-do list. I've got those 4 flags, which just have my monthly focus, the things that I'm working on. Big picture, just like a little summation of the overarching themes of my goals. And then I'm splitting this habit tracker and task tracker, and I'm trying to actually kind of distinguish between habits and tasks, although they're very similar. So I was just kind of going back and forth with that, trying to figure out what fit better there. Again, those were strategized in my Moxie Life, in my goals planner. So when you do the Moxie Life goals, everything goes in its life area bucket. So family goals, personal goals, work goals, health and wellness goals, and things like that. And then on this page, I kind of translate it into the how it gets done. So if it's a habit, then I can pull it into the habit tracker, or a task into the task tracker. And if it is a concrete, I finished this project and now can check it off, I put that in the task list. Or if it's more of just like a mindset shift or a theme, I can put that in the flag. So the Moxie Life, it's separated by life area. And then in this one, it's separated by what kind of goal it is, if that makes sense. And I really like having the distinction between those 2 things and find it super useful. I don't like to repeat things in my planner for the sake of repeating them, but there is a type of repetition that I find very helpful for organizing my thoughts, and that is one of them. Anyway, this page is my school page, so I'm just splitting my school page by the schools we're communities of / the things that I'm responsible for. So we've got preschool, the elementary school, PTA, because I'm on the PTA, and then extracurriculars, which there is a page in this planner that's devoted to that. I don't need that much space. We don't have that many extracurriculars, so I just moved it over here, and I'm going to use that page for something else. Then we've got our dates to remember. The left-hand column is things for this month, and then the right-hand column I use for the months ahead. Basically, if I schedule anything for this month or I want to put any reminders in for the upcoming months, that goes in there. The one for this month, I don't tend to add a lot to that, but the one for the months ahead, as I schedule things throughout the month, I will jot them in there as well. Then that bottom section there will be my little April journal entry. I'm finding that's like the perfect amount of space to just kind of write a recap about how I was feeling for the month or just what was going on for the month. That actually does tend to be like how I handled things. Like last month I wrote about, my little stress collapse and all of that. And it's just a nice place to just journal it out. It's not too long. I like having the smaller space for that. It definitely makes it feel a little bit more bite-sized and achievable. So then on this page, milestones or achievements, I love this section. So I'm going to put in a letter, the first initial for each of my kids. And then I put like one key highlight or one milestone that they hit during the month. And that, I absolutely love that. And then underneath that is my book log. That's where I've been using those book stickers, which I talked about before. So I absolutely love that. That will get filled out at the end of the month with some more book stickers. Definitely going to keep that going. It's making me feel very inspired to read. So then this is my split notes page. So I just put washi at the bottom and the top of the page, on one on each side. And then I just have like different categories, projects that I'm working on, things going on in the house, and all different stuff like that. And I have a couple that I already need to get set up. I do add to this throughout the month as more projects come up. And last month I did like a birthday party planning section in here. This month I am starting with a little mini social media tracker. Again, I pulled out most of the social media stuff and I'm going to put that in a different planner, but I still have a few things that I want in here, just especially as I'm getting to know the new planner, or if I don't feel like I'm happy with how that's working. I just want to have like a couple of essential things in here, including this little tracker. And then I also have a section here for planning out our Passover menu for the Friday for the party that we're having. And then I'm going to have like a little thing for my office that I moved over from March because I didn't really get to finish that project. So I wanted that in this section as well. And then a blank one that I'm just going to leave for some garden stuff because I'm hoping to plant some more stuff. I always start the year with the best of intentions with gardening, but I have the very polar opposite of a green thumb. Then finally, we're going to wrap up with these memory pages at the back. We've got the guided journaling, which I'm not going to do anything to, and a line a day memory keeper. All right, that is everything all finished up. So let's do one last little quick flip through to wrap this up. We've got my April calendar. I love how this looks, and I'm just really, really, really feeling this butterfly washi. I used it a ton. It's so gorgeous. I am not usually a big butterfly person, but I'm just here for it. So my calendar, we've got our recurring schedule, things to schedule, work projects I'm working on, little quote box, my one pager of monthly to-do list and goals, all of the things that I worked on in my Moxie Life in my goal setting video, which is already up. You can check that out now if you haven't already seen it. That's where I kind of brainstormed this whole page, and then I like to bring it back in to my monthly planner so that it's always out and handy, because I do usually keep this open on my desk or open behind my desk if I need the space on my desk. Then we've got my little school page split between the elementary school and the preschool, PTA responsibilities, and then the extracurriculars down here now, because I didn't need all of that space. I don't need a whole page of it. We'll see if that expands as we get into more stuff. We do have baseball season going on now, but so far I have not had any notes for that. Then we've got our dates to remember, a little space that I set up for journaling, and then I'm gonna leave that sticky note here so that I remember that my intention was to do a picture or journaling style memory spread in here. We've got our milestones and achievements, my reading log, love that little section so much. And then we have my little condensed channel tracker, which is super, super crooked. And then all of my little split notes. So we've already got some stuff going on here, Passover, the office, the yard and the garden, but plenty of space to grow into. And then I'm gonna leave these blank for now, and I will either use them as more listing, more journaling space, more pictures, whatever I'm feeling. So we're just gonna leave that blank for now to keep the possibilities open. And then we've got our wrap up for the month, the guided journaling, and our line a day memory keeper, and just run a little extra washi along the side there. That's everything in my Erin Condren Family Organizer, my main monthly planner, and that's everything for today. So if you liked this video, please like this video. Let me know down in the comments below something you're looking forward to this April. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So much fun stuff coming, including Erin Condren launch. I'm so excited to take a look at the new planners, and that will be coming up in the back half of this month. So definitely stay tuned for that. You can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok at My Crafty Plans for even more planner fun, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.